Hello Dollar General friends. In this video, I'm going to show you footage of all the places where I found penny items this week. And this first store made it super easy on me. As soon as I walked in the door, they had a display of the marshmallows right in front of the door. You can see they did have them marked down to the sale price they were at the weekend before, 13 cents a bag, and they still didn't sell. But when I walked in, it was penny day, so I was determined to grab all that I could find. So a good way to start my penny shopping day, 15 bags of Cinnamon Toast Crunch marshmallows. Definitely happy about that. I then walked over to the chip section. I was really hoping I could find some chips mixed in. I did make sure that I checked this section in every store that I went in, just in case I could find some Pringles or Cheetos mixed in. You just never know. I have found them mixed into a few stores when it was 90% off or during the last summer clearance event. So I feel like that's a place you might want to check if you're going into stores to look for these penny items. I'm going to keep checking any stores that I go in for a while, just in case I can look out and find some more. I did end up finding some chips mixed into a chip section at the last store that I went in on Tuesday, so there is still a chance that you can find some stuff mixed in. I did make sure I checked the artwork in every store in case I could find some surprise pennies. I did find these collage picture frames. They're a penny, but both of them had broken glass in them, so I did leave them behind, but I figured I'd throw that in here in case you're looking for some of the artwork that's a penny. You might look for that one and find it at your store. The second store I went in, I didn't end up finding anything. I bought 0 items in that store. But this was the third Dollar General that I went to, and I was not expecting to find anything in this store. I know that this store has multiple consistent penny shoppers that come here, so I was not expecting to walk in and immediately see tons of these poppets. I really wish I could have found some sparklers or something else to go with these, but nope, it was just apparently poppets were the item of the day for me. They were very abundant. I thought since they had those, maybe I'd luck out and find some other items mixed in. I was really hoping there'd be some summer food on the Halloween aisle, but no luck with that. So I came back up the aisle where they had another display of these poppets. I really can't believe how many they had. This was not the kind of thing I was hoping to find, but no penny left behind. I did put them all in my cart. I ended up getting 297 boxes of these poppets. I'm thinking my best bet to get rid of these is donating them to the local fire department. They sell fireworks every year to try to raise money to help them. So I figure maybe if I give them 297 things of poppets, it costs me $3. Maybe if they sell them for 50 cents a pop, that'll make them almost $150 that they can put towards things they need. And then I did get lucky in the clearance section of the store and find 4 boxes of the applesauce. And when I got to the register, next to the register, they had a display of marshmallows. You can see they were marked at $1.88, but of course I knew that was not the price. They were a penny, so I did go ahead and grab all of those up. Sometimes it's hard to hold a camera and shop at the same time, but I did grab all of the marshmallows that they had and throw them in my giant cart full of stuff. There was a guy in line behind me. He had one thing. I told him to make sure he went in front of me. There was no way I was going to make him sit behind me while I checked out with over 300 penny items. It took a while, but it was worth it. The fourth store I went in, I found nothing again, but the fifth store, I ended up finding a lot more marshmallows stuffed next to the Halloween candy. This is kind of the best place, I think, to look for these penny items where they've just kind of scooted them between all the other new holiday stuff and they kind of get left behind. I was surprised to find some of the birthday cake flavored marshmallows. I never found any of those at 90% off. I do believe they were already out of date, but that doesn't honestly bother me. I've seen people say that these are really good toasted out of the air fryer. So I think if you're going to do that, it doesn't really matter if the marshmallow's a little stale. I did end up getting 18 bags of marshmallows from this store. It was kind of funny. I went in 8 stores throughout the day. In almost every other store, I found nothing. So it's one of those things that just reminds you, always make sure you don't give up. Check another store. Just because you come out empty-handed once doesn't mean you will again. This was one of those stores that made me really wish penny items didn't reset. So I just thought this was funny. They had all these New Year's items and a bunch of Mother's Day items that they clearly just brought out from the back and set in the clearance section, but of course they're full price now. But I really wish penny items didn't reset sometimes, because I think I would get lucky a lot more often if that was the case. And this was one of the stores that I went in. I just thought it was funny. I was excited. I walked up the aisle. I saw a display of marshmallows. I thought I was going to get lucky, and it was completely empty. So totally disappointing. I hate when I get that excited feeling knowing I'm going to get some penny items and then the display ends up being empty. That has happened to me quite a few times. You think you're going to win, but somebody beat you to it. It happens though. I just thought that was kind of entertaining. And then the last store of the day that I went in was my favorite win of the day. The one thing I was really hoping to find was some chips. And I walked over to this one and I saw this can of Sun chips and I was like, yes, I've done it. I finally found penny chips. And then I realized this was an entire case of the Pringles that are a penny, the cheesy jalapeno popper. They had put 10 cans on the shelf just waiting for me to grab. I seriously saw the Sun chips, got excited about them, and didn't even notice this full case of Pringles at first. So sometimes when you get excited, make sure you slow down and stop and look again, because you just might miss something. This was my favorite find of the day. I did end up with 351 penny items for the day. Not a horrible haul for 8 stores. Like I said, 4 of them I found stuff, 4 of them I didn't. Let me know in the comments how you did penny shopping this week. And until next time, bye!